know Ashley. I've known her for 10 years, and there was a look in her eyes that let me know that there was something much more going on with her and her ex-husband. And you know what? His ex-husband even looked at me. Her ex-husband even looked at me and told me that they wanted him initially to be the father.
Oh.
And that was another red flag.
So he said, So he was like, listen, they wanted me to be the father at first, but I didn't want to do it, so now
they've been
you're
fucking.
doing it.
They've been fucking.
That's correct.
What's good, my people? You already know the vibes. Your boy Dave back at it again. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification button. This is a very interesting one that we're going to get at. Feel me? If you don't like me interjecting in the videos, like I said again, I'll put the link below. If not, you can get the fuck off the channel. And let's get on to the video.
Ashley and Katrina Marshall claimed they enlisted their friend to get them both pregnant, but now he refuses to pay for the gender reveal party. Robert Pham says he won't pay up until a DNA test proves that he's the dad.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lauren Lake presiding.
Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello, thank you, Sean. Good day, everyone.
Good day.
This is the case of Marshall versus Pham. The Marshalls are suing Mr. Pham for $5,000 for the cost of a gender reveal party. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And Mr. Pham, you say you're not the father, so you don't owe them anything.
That's correct.
Okay, well, this sounds interesting. Let's begin with the plaintiffs. So you say he owes you the cost of the gender reveal party you were having for a baby you're expecting.
Yes, that's
Tell
correct,
the court
Your
what
Honor.
happened.
Yeah, so we had an agreement with Robert that he would be the father to both of our babies. You know, this is my wife. We are married. We have always wanted a family. It's very important to us that the children are related. So unfortunately, the only way to do that is if they have the same father. And he made an agreement, his idea, that he would be the father to both those babies because, you know, everything's so expensive. And artificial insemination, sperm donor, it's like so expensive. And yeah.
So wait, he said he made this up. Mr. Pham, you also wanted to have children?
I did.
You
yes.
all know each other and been friends?
Yes.
About 12 years since college.
Okay, so you've known each other since college?
Yes.
You also wanted to be a dad, Mr. Pham?
Yes.
Did you make up the idea that, hey, I'll father your children, that way they'll be siblings, half-siblings, siblings nonetheless?
Well, initially I was pretty hesitant about helping them get pregnant, but because I've known them for so long, we were really good friends.
So wait, they say you asked them. Did they ask you or you asked them?
They initially came to me, but we agreed upon it together.
Okay, that's your side, I understand. So you were reluctant at first, but then you agreed.
That's correct.
Why did you agree?
Well, I've known these people for 10 years. We were really good friends. We spent a lot of time together. They make a beautiful couple and they're beautiful people. And, you know, they're unable to have this kid on their own. And so I agreed to help them with that.
All right.
Out of the kindness of my own heart.
So he consented and you all started the process?
Yes.
Yes.
We slept together.
Yes.
Oh, okay, so you all did it the old-fashioned way?
Yep.
Yes.
Saved on costs?
Yep. Saved on costs.
Okay,
Yes,
got it. Just use the parts that we got.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. So both of you, or who got pregnant?
We both are.
Yeah, we're both pregnant. Yeah.
Oh, right now?
Yes,
Correct,
right now.
yes.
Right now, Your Honor. We are both expecting.
Oh, this is good. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're both pregnant right now
Yeah.
by Mr. Pham?
Yes.
Correct.
And so were the genders revealed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, what are we having?
I'm having a girl.
Yes. And I'm having a boy.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right, so we've got girl and boy. Oh, you
Oh,
all
they
did really
both
well.
pregnant.
I know,
Girl and
right?
boy?
That's what I'm saying. We
Got it
got
down. All right, so we got girl and boy, and why is there an issue? I thought we were all happy. This means the plan worked. Why are you suing him for the cost of the party? He agreed to pay for it?
He agreed to pay for it and
Is now
Actually,
is now refusing. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
So at the party, it was at a restaurant that we rented out for $5,000. We invited our family, our friends, exes in relationships, because we invited the ex.
And pause. I'm be honest. If he agreed to pay for it, at that point, bro, you gotta honor it, bro. You put yourself in a situation and agree to even have a kid with them. You gotta honor it, bro. But let's keep going. He gotta have a good reason to why he ain't trying to pay though. It's something he knows.
That we're still on good terms with. You know, we're all civil, we're all friends.
Yeah.
That's big.
You know, this is an adult
And-
relationship.
yes.
We're very
Yeah,
secure
we're
in our
all-
commitment.
Yeah. And one of those exes happens to be my ex-husband from a handful of years ago.
Okay.
Yes.
More the merrier.
And we are on civil, positive terms.
Yeah.
And at some point during the party at the restaurant, I was speaking with Kevin, my ex-husband, outside of the restaurant, and Robert came up and saw us speaking and seemed to think that something was two ways going along romantically, consensually, and he thinks that he is now not the father of the child that I'm carrying.
Oh.
Coming up,
It looked like they were having intercourse with clothes on.
What?
Oh,
And on top of that, when they didn't think that anyone noticed, I saw both of them go to the side of the restaurant, exchange kisses, fondling with each other, doing God knows what else. And so that's when I approached them.
Did y'all have liquor at this gender reveal?
There
I was sober, Your
Yes,
Honor.
Kevin
I was
was
sober.
drunk.
We were, of course,
Yeah,
not
of
drinking.
course we were sober.
But Robert had been drinking.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with a dispute between Ashley and Katrina Marshall and their friend Robert Pham over gender reveal party costs.
So let him tell that part
Yes.
of the story, because I do want to hear from you, Mr. Pham. So you're at the gender reveal
yeah,
party,
we want to hear it.
the one you agreed to pay for.
Yes, under the terms that they were my kids.
Okay, well, that's understandable. What is it about her interaction with her ex that made you just fly off the handle and decide, I'm not paying?
Well, she's saying they were speaking outside, Your Honor. I believe they were doing a lot more than just speaking outside.
Oh.
As a matter of fact.
What did you see?
Well, there was a couple things. Initially, I saw them dancing very intimately on the dance floor. And when I say intimately, I mean it looked like they were having intercourse with clothes on.
What?
And on top of that, when they didn't think that anyone noticed, I saw both of them go to the side of the restaurant, exchange kisses, fondling with each other, doing God knows what else. And so that's when I approached them.
Did y'all have liquor at this gender reveal?
There
I was sober, Your
Yes,
Honor.
Kevin
I was
was
sober.
drunk.
We were, of course,
Yeah,
not
of
drinking.
course we were sober.
But Robert had been drinking, and as had Kevin.
It was open bar.
Yes.
Yes.
So, Your Honor, I went up to them and confronted them about the situation. And that's when she was actually defending her ex-husband, talking about how he was so much better in bed and all of this crazy nonsense. It was just bizarre.
But see, she was pregnant, so she said she didn't have a drink. Because you know, sometimes they say a drunk person's words are a sober person.
I ain't gonna hold you. I don't want to believe it, but from the looks of body language, you can kind of tell when someone feels a bit irritated about something, meaning it kind of like struck a nerve. But the girl that's like the man in the relationship, I mean, that's playing the man in the relationship, you could tell that her eyes is getting teary, and whenever he's talking, she started twitching a little bit. So I don't know, man. Something about to come out of this story though, but let's keep it going. I see something about to happen right now. I ain't gonna hold you.
Thoughts, but they weren't drinking. So she started telling you how the ex-husband was better in bed than you.
That's correct.
Were you saying that, Ms. Marshall?
I was not. And
Oh, he's making all of this up.
the interaction between Kevin and I on the side of the restaurant, from untrained eyes, looked suggestive. Kevin was drunk. He was happy for us that we are having a family. And
Sure, like, look, I know what you think it is, but it ain't what you think it is. Let's keep it going, man. Get the fuck out of here.
he was getting a little affectionate.
He probably not
maybe
the
overly
father.
affectionate. And I didn't want to cause a scene. I knew that he was happy for me. So I went along with it.
So he was like hugging you
Yeah.
and I'm so happy for you,
Yes.
but being a little bit too handsy.
Yes, and I
Why
didn't.
didn't your
I knew he
ex
means well.
touch you?
It was not any kind of anything like that. And
You weren't offended by it. You just felt like it was somebody that had had a few too many to drink and that was very familiar with you.
Yes,
So
Your
they
Honor.
were kind of overstepping the
Yes.
personal boundaries.
Yes, and I didn't want to make a scene at this party, so it was all fair game.
So when Mr. Pham confronted you, like, well, wait, if you like this with your ex, I don't know if this baby is mine or not. What did you say?
Reasonable.
Again, I was not making a scene, trying to mitigate the situation. Like, it's all good. There's nothing problem happening here. I don't know what he's talking about you are so much better in
Mr.
bed than I
Pham,
am.
let me ask you something.
Yeah, I hope she ain't
were you
lying.
drinking? Like, do you think your judgment was impaired a little bit? Maybe you were just being a little paranoid.
I don't
or
drink, Your
extra.
Honor. I
You
was
don't drink at
sober.
all. You sober.
Ah.
You saw what you saw.
I saw what I saw.
What did
And
you
as-
see?
I saw hands going in places where they shouldn't have been going,
Okay, Robert. Okay.
lips making connections with necks. And it was just a situation that shouldn't have happened. It just was.
So once you confronted her and she said, listen, it's nothing. Like, he's had some drinks. I'm fine. There's nothing. I'm not. That did not ease your doubt?
Not at all, Your Honor. I know Ashley. I've known her for 10 years, and there was a look in her eyes that let me know that there was something much more going on with her and her ex-husband. And you know what? His ex-husband even looked at me. Her ex-husband even looked at me and told me that they wanted him initially to be the father.
Oh,
Oh.
And that was another red flag.
So he said, oh. So he was like, listen, they wanted me to be the father at first, but I didn't want to do it, so now
Oh, they've been
you're
fucking.
doing it.
They've been fucking.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And now you
They've
have
been
doubt.
fucking.
And now I have
About
doubt.
just Ashley's baby or Katrina's as well?
At the very least, Ashley's baby. And I don't know if Katrina seems to be completely content and enabling this whole situation. So
Robert,
if she's cool with that.
you know that that's
it makes
a
me
reach.
question whether
That
or not
is such a
she's
reach.
also having sex with
You know
other
what? We are in
men.
a committed adult relationship.
Oh, I just had a light bulb. So are you feeling like they may have been having sex with her ex and you because their intent was to make sure they conceived? So maybe he was a part of this too, and whoever gets us pregnant first, we're pregnant.
That's correct, Your Honor. And if I'm
You
going to
think
be paying,
that was the plan?
from what they told me, that wasn't supposed to be the plan. From what they told me, I was supposed to be the father.
Correct.
And if I'm
And you
supposed to
are.
be the one
Because
paying,
then
I'm
they
the
wouldn't be
father.
siblings because one of you could have gotten, yeah.
Correct.
Yo, she looked
But your
mad
point was
suspicious.
maybe they
bro.
had tried this previously with him, and now they're trying it with me, and now you have doubt.
that's correct.
Coming up,
So before we get to the ruling on the gender reveal party and the costs associated with it, I think it's important that we get the paternity results.
Bring it
My
in.
staff did have you submit to DNA testing, and I have the results.
you're watching We the People with Judge Lauren Lake. We're back with a dispute between Ashley and Katrina Marshall and their friend Robert Pham over gender reveal party costs.
And so at the end of the day, once you felt like you didn't know if the babies were yours, you were like, I'm not paying for the shower.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Reasonable.
I mean, it is clear that the reason why you would agree to pay for their gender reveal is to reveal the gender of babies you thought were yours. So I'm going to agree to pay for this $5,000, have a big party, let's have a big celebration because you think you're the dad. Then you see this intimate moment and you start thinking and you're like, hold on, before I drop $5,000, I want to make sure these kids are mine.
That's right.
And it seems
like,
reasonable under the circumstances, even though we don't know if you're overreacting or not.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing about a paternity doubt. It never minimizes. It only maximizes. I've been doing this a long time. I've rarely seen paternity
phone
doubt
her.
minimized to where someone just says, okay. It usually just keeps festering and festering until you know for sure. So before we get to the ruling on the gender reveal party and the costs associated with it, I think it's important that we get the paternity results. My staff did have you submit to DNA testing,
All right,
and I
let's
have
see
the
it.
results.
Let me
As
sit
it
up for
relates
this
to
one.
the child, the unborn child of Katrina Marshall, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Pham, you are the father.
Okay, so that's for the
You
girl
are
with the
the father.
glasses. He's the father.
to.
Oh,
Oh, you don't need to make comments like that.
Coming up,
You know that you're the father. You know that you're the father.
Yeah,
You were
she
there.
talking that shit.
We,
We're gonna find
You
out.
the
have we
father.
slept
We're
together?
gonna find out.
Okay.
She talking that shit. See
you're
that?
watching We the
She
People
know
with
he the
Judge
father,
Lauren
so she
Lake.
gonna talk that shit.
We're back
Let's
with
see
a
the other
dispute
one
between
that he
Ashley and
claimed was
Katrina
cheating,
Marshall
so
and their
maybe
friend
he-
Robert
maybe she
Pham
was, maybe she
over
was
gender
not, but
reveal
let's see.
party costs.
so you're serious about this? You have that much doubt?
Well, it was Ashley.
And it was, I got it.
Okay.
Well, we have that result as well.
No, Robert, you know that you're the father. You know that you're the father. You were there. We
gonna find out.
we slept
Yeah,
together.
I hope she ain't talking all this
Okay.
shit. Then it comes out that that he's not the father for the other one. That'd be crazy.
As it relates to the unborn child, Ashley Marshall, it has been determined by this court, Mr. Pham, you
Are the father.
are not the father.
Oh,
I knew it. And you trying to have me pay for it.
look at her face.
Ms. Marshall,
I don't even know what to say.
Yo.
So you've been lying to me this entire
I've not been
time,
lying to-
Ashley?
I have not been lying to you.
Oh, obviously you have. You said it was just a kiss.
oh, it was a kiss? Well, that was more than that.
We'll talk about this later.
So,
I can't believe
said
you would
it was more than
humiliate me
that.
like this in a courtroom. I absolutely cannot believe
We'll
this.
talk about this later.
Ms.
It's
Marshall,
crazy.
are you ready to
gaslight.
admit something that perhaps you weren't ready to admit
Yo.
before these paternity results? Because I will always say this. Plaintiffs may lie and defendants may lie, but the DNA, it never lies.
Yes. I did
Yes.
have relations with my ex-husband before the contract was drawn up.
Damn.
Before the
Before.
contract was drawn up with Mr. Pham.
Correct.
Oh, before.
Your Honor.
What about the agreement between us? Huh?
We'll talk about it later.
Oh, okay. You don't want to do it here.
No.
Judge Lake's verdict when We the People returns. You're watching We the People with Judge Lauren Lake.
The children now will both have different fathers. That wasn't your original plan.
No, it was not our original plan, Your Honor.
And yet, you still have two beautiful children coming into this world. You're very blessed. The question now becomes the $5,000 for the gender reveal party. Do you expect Mr. Pham to put on a gender reveal party for a baby that's not his?
He got to pay half,
I
though. Most likely,
No,
that's
I
what
don't
they're
think
going to do.
that's
All right. Well, the judgment is simple
Yeah, at
then.
least she said that.
Mr. Pham, you've got one baby. You agreed to pay for the gender reveal party for the children who would be yours. And so therefore, judgment for the plaintiff for $2,500. I wish you all the very best of luck. You guys got a lot of mess to sort out, because the thing about it, when you bring children into the world, now you have a responsibility to figure out how to co-parent with all of these folks that are involved. Court is adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All rise.
Judge Lake has ruled in favor of the co-plaintiffs. The defendant owes $2,500.
I'm sorry. I should have believed you. I'm stunned. I'm humiliated. I can't believe you brought us to court and did
Still
this.
want to be in my baby's life, and I'm just glad that this is over and it's all figured out.
I'm gonna keep it a G. I find it kind of crazy how like people could just lie with a straight ass face, right? But when you do like observe them enough, seeing them twitching, eyes getting teary, them trying to play victim, a lot of the times it's really not hard to tell that they're lying. You get what I'm saying? Like they start stuttering, or they like have a deep pause before they say something. While they about to say something, they'll just stop like. But I don't even know what. And then they switch to the next thing. That's how they do all the time. And then it's crazy how like her girlfriend was like defending her the whole time. I mean, her wife was defending her the whole time with the scenario like head on, not knowing anything, not knowing any facts. And she's like, nah, you're lying. She's right. She's telling the truth. This goes to show how quick people just react to just believing something before hearing all the facts. Sometimes you have to really start thinking deep into things, right? This person ain't saying all of this thing for no reason. Hear the person out, and then you put the pieces together to see if it's actually true. But the most crazy part about this whole scenario is if the DNA test would have came out and said that he was the father, they would have still not believed the things he was saying. They would have just ran off with it. And they would have kept bashing him, make his life a living hell. Because at this point now, they got a kid from him. You feel me? They would have just ran with that. Oh, he a dirtbag. He a piece of he didn't want to do this. He didn't want to do that. He basically made an agreement with us, and then he went back on his agreement. The kid might grow up hearing that their father was a piece of shit. You know what I mean? But all it took was for God to basically do his work to be like, nah, you been messing with that dude, so you're going to get pregnant by him. And the truth is going to come out. And the fact that it's like, I don't understand how people do this, where you will lie and still go to court running with your lie, bro. Like, just tell the truth at that point. What's the point? You're lying just to go to court, just for them to reveal that you lied. Now you got millions of people who gonna see this video. Y'all both gonna be embarrassed. People will always remember this shit. This shit is hilarious to me. I'm not even gonna lie. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Now let me do the intro real quick, because this shit is funny. Feel me? But yeah, man, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification button for more content. And deuces.